let me play a little bit of a devil's advocate. So I'm going to play the devil's advocate here. I'm going to advocate for her, and I'm going to advocate against her. And then I want you to tell me on which side of the fence you are on these points. Because I think there's valid points on both sides. Welcome to another episode from Takedowns to Breakdowns with A&P on Out of Line Music. And today's topic, we're here to talk about the latest from 𝗙𝗥𝗢𝗠, more specific, Fernanda. So if you guys are not aware, Fernanda had a video that she posted on Instagram asking people for donations. So she's moving out of the place where she was living before. I don't know the details. I don't know the reasons why, but it's none of my business whatsoever. But she's struggling financially in order to get a place, because apparently in Brazil, when you rent an apartment, it doesn't come with like fridge and stove and that kind of stuff. But besides that, she doesn't have anything. She doesn't even have a toaster. So one thing is you getting the place, and the other thing is you sleeping on the floor and not even having a toaster or a microwave to heat up your food. Yeah. So she made a video asking for fans if whoever wanted to donate and help her out during this difficult time. She put some links where people can send money. I don't know if it was PayPal or something else, where people could send some money towards her and to help her during this difficult time. She's in Europe right now, but she's putting her life together so that when she goes to Brazil, she can move in and have her own place. So far, so good, right? Yeah. Seems like the normal thing these days. People use GoFundMe. She didn't use GoFundMe.
Listen, we used GoFundMe for
a trip to Finland.
For a trip to Finland. So there's nothing...
To me, that seems a little bit less important in the big scheme of things. So who am I to point the finger?
Exactly.
So, yes, we have to put that disclaimer there. But what I'm saying is that these days is not out of the realm of possibility when people are going through a struggle, financial struggle, not just people in bands, but people in general, to either resort to GoFundMe or to resort to this sort of video asking for donations for people to help them out. I've seen people with pet bills because they went to the vet and it was really expensive and they don't want to put their pet down, but they need funding, and then they create a GoFundMe page and all sorts of stuff. So not out of the realm of possibility. So nothing really surprising up until this point. I saw the video and I was like, oh man, I wish her... if I had money, I would donate, but I'm fucking broke right now. And I was like, I wish her all the best. Like, good for her. I honestly didn't think anything of it.
Yeah, it's kind of like... It's not something that's just very out there.
No, it's not like she announced that she has her OnlyFans page or something.
Exactly.
Now, that would be like, what the fuck? Maybe that I would scrunch some dollars for. But anyhow, that's a different... That's
crazy.
That's a different topic.
No, but it's even that, to be honest, wouldn't even be like...
Even that would be completely out of the realm. Like, seriously.
Like the world is...
The world has changed.
The world has changed.
We're living in a different place.
But a musician struggling and
to make ends meet
is not
it's the norm.
It is the norm.
It is the norm.
Right?
So I went to bed. I saw the video. I went to bed. I wake up the next day, and my social media is flooded.
Shit the fan.
With two sides of the barricade. The people like, good for her, asking for help, and you know what? We need to help artists these days. This just goes to prove that artists are not making enough money to make a living, blah, 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 blah. And then the other side of the barricade is like, how dare she ask for money? Just a few days ago, she was, wiggling her titty bits at a fucking Beyonce concert. If she can afford those tickets, how come she can't afford a toaster? And why is she in Europe, traveling and going to festivals and all of this shit, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, holy fuck, there's a lot to digest here.
There's a lot to digest, but I think with the main part that I wasn't taken aback by the fact that there was two sides, because it's the internet. There are shitty people.
When you put something, first of all,
when you put something out there, there's going to be two sides.
Exactly. And I think when you put something out there, you have to be conscious that there's going to be negativity coming your way, regardless of your greatest intentions.
I think both of us were very surprised on who was part of that negativity train.
That surprised me. But now, before we talk about that, let me play a little bit of a devil's advocate. So I'm going to play the devil's advocate here. I'm going to advocate for her, and I'm going to advocate against her. And then I want you to tell me on which side of the fence you are on these points. Because I think there's valid points on both sides.
Okay.
This is one of those things that there's good people on both sides.
Okay.
So, as far as going against her, I feel like some of the points might be valid. Not too long ago, There was a hurricane that went through town, not the Hurricane Helms. A real hurricane went through town, and the building collapsed on their trailer, on their van, whatever it was. Remember that?
I remember that.
So they did a GoFundMe to raise money to rent another one because the insurance wouldn't cover the damage, because it's not necessarily considered an act of God, because it was not the hurricane that picked up the trailer, was the building that collapsed on the trailer.
What the fuck?
It's a loophole. It's like
it really is.
It's a loophole. It's like no. The hurricane didn't touch your trailer. The building did. Yeah, but without the hurricane, there would have been no building collapsing.
The hurricane touched the building, and the building touched the trailer.
But apparently, that's where they drew the line.
This is like Clue.
Is that where
he did it with the wrench in the bathroom?
I know, but that's where the insurance company drew the line. So they did a GoFundMe. So some people are like, "Fuck, you just asked for money like 2 months ago. Now you're asking for money again." I think there's two different things, and just because you needed money then doesn't mean you don't need money now.
Yeah.
So, but
you're just getting fucked over twice in a row.
But so this is one of the arguments that the naysayers have.
But I don't. To be honest with you, that's bullshit.
I think one is band related. It's completely different. This is a personal matter.
Two completely different askings for money. One of them is, our fucking thing got toppled over, and it's not an act of God. Therefore, we need the money to...
Fuck, God is a jackass, if you ask
me.
I know,
what the fuck? But,
acts of God, like God is a person.
Yeah, acts of God. I mean... the hurricane is an act of God.
I know, but it wasn't the hurricane that touched the van.
No, but I'm saying, the
building.
In their mind, the hurricane is the act of God.
Yeah. That tells you how Americans are very religious.
I know, what the fuck?
Some of them. Anyways.
I thought it would just be weather related.
Should be, but they call it acts of God.
But it should just be weather related.
Why is an act of God something good? Like fixing your broken down car, like an act of God. Like you wake up in the morning, it's like, holy shit! When I went to bed, I had a Hyundai. Now I have a Tesla. Yeah. Fucking thanks God. Like that would be a great act of God.
No, it's when I went to bed, I had a Hyundai. Now I have a pancake.
Now I have a Hyundai pancake. So anyway, so that was one of the things.
But I don't agree with that.
So you don't agree with that?
Because two different things, right? It's completely different reasons, too.
So one of the other things that the naysayers were griping about is that, fuck, you had money to go see Beyonce not once but twice, and now you don't have money to buy a microwave. She went to see Beyonce
okay,
twice.
But wouldn't you have to buy those tickets beforehand?
At least a year in advance.
It's Beyonce.
They sold out. Like, are you kidding me?
At least
if you don't buy them, if you don't buy them when they go on the pre-sale, you pretty much screwed.
Which means she bought them when she had money. When she had money. So what are you gonna do?
Money wasn't an issue.
And then what are you gonna do? Sell them? Like selling?
How much are you gonna get for them?
How much are you really gonna get for those tickets? And let me
probably enough for a microwave.
Yes, because those tickets were like $140, maybe $100.
Not more than 200. She was in the nosebleeds. It's not like she was VIP. You know what I mean? It's not like she was paying $7,000 to meet Lars and James Hetfield. Like, let's face the facts here.
It wasn't even two.
Yeah, exactly. Not even those two.
So like, what are you truly gonna get with that money?
Not much.
Those two tickets.
I mean, if you're done in the dumps, you already spent that money on the tickets. You might as well just go to the show.
You might as well go. I mean, maybe sell one of them. You don't have to see Beyonce.
Yeah, that's
twice.
true. You probably could sell.
It's
one.
not Soul Sapphire.
Yeah. You could probably. Yeah, that's true. She could probably could have sold one.
They could have sold one.
She could have sold one. Okay. I'll give you that.
Maybe one, but also it's very last minute type thing.
You still have to find somebody that wants to buy them.
Exactly, in that, and who knows? Maybe
who just wants to buy one ticket?
But who knows? Maybe when she saw the concert, she didn't have the problem. Like
I think this may have creeped up after the concert.
Yeah, like you don't know how.
We don't know the timeline.
You don't know how fresh the problem is.
You don't know the exact timeline. So that was the other thing that the naysayers were.
Okay. They're just jealous she went to a Beyonce concert.
One of the other things I read was that if you cannot make enough money making music to pay your bills, then you need to find another job. If everybody did that, there wouldn't be that many people making music. Exactly. At least not metal, for that matter. At least not metal.
Like we're trying to have people make metal music,
so you can listen to it.
Yes, not stop making metal music. Like what the fuck?
That's so like backwards thinking.
And the problem is now this is where I want to bring it up. About the naysayers, what we were both very confused about. A lot of them were from bands.
Yeah, I mean, most of the hate came just from like regular people, who never were going to donate anyway. So I mean, like, why you're hating on something that you're not going to participate anyway?
Because it's the internet.
I can understand the hate with the whole winter something because you donated towards something and you wanted to get something in return. But these people are donating, like they're not going to donate. So like, why?
They were never even planning. Now, when you said the OnlyFans thing, then they would have donated.
Then there would have been no complaints.
There would have been zero complaints. Funny enough, there would have been zero complaints.
Now, I'm not going to say any names, but there's been a few people from different bands taking the same side as these naysayers, which completely shocked me.
Yeah, because
I would
it's
think
like shooting yourself in the foot.
Not only that, I mean, they're colleagues. They're in the same line of business.
Exactly.
You would think that you would understand the struggles that a musician goes through, and you'd be a little bit more understanding towards it.
It's like one of them is going to their trailer, looking at the get a real job. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's like I don't understand. It's like going up to, it's like being two homeless guys and going at the other homeless guy and saying, "Get a real job."
One of the comments that I read from one of those people was that saying that when she moved to another country with $5 in her pocket, she didn't have anything, she struggled. But okay, so you understand the struggles that you went through. Why would you want somebody else to go through those same exact struggles? Like, why? Like, if people can help you so you don't have to go through them, why somebody else's misery makes you feel better just because you're sharing the same misery?
Exactly, but that's the same. It's the same. But those people probably had the parents like that too, though, because that's also parental logic there. It's like, can you give me a ride to school? You can walk. I can't walk. It's too far.
I used to walk.
I used to walk. Back in my day, I had flip-flops on, and it was hot as fuck outside, and one of my flip-flops wasn't actually a flip-flop. It was
just socks.
Piece of naan bread. You know, like, it's like...
Piece of naan bread. He's very ethnic. Wow. But anyways.
I'm hitting all the parts there.
You're hitting all the
spots. But it's like, I also hate those type of parents. Like, you were never like that. Like, you would never... But dude, you would never bring me out of something just because you didn't get that.
If you're in a band and you feel this way about what she did, don't say it. Like don't say it. Eventually, those bands are going to cross paths. It's going to be really awkward.
Yeah,
it's going to be really awkward. And God forbid one day you're in her shoes and you need help. Oh man, the internet does not forget. This shit is going to come back up.
Like, it shows the little thing. Was
this you? Exactly. Come on.
Like, what the fuck? I honestly...
The receipts now are out there. Like,
yeah.
Seriously, but I thought one thing is for, João that lives in Minas Gerais to be totally pissed off about this situation. God knows why.
God knows why.
Wow. But anyways, that's one thing. The other thing is your colleagues, your co-workers, if you will. People in bands who go through struggles. For them to have this attitude towards what you're trying to do, saying like, girlfriend, like basically the idea that they gave is that she's ripping off her fans. She's not ripping off anybody. She's putting on the table, this is the issue.
This is my issue.
I need help. Donate. If you don't want to donate, don't donate.
It wasn't like I'm not gonna make music anymore if you don't donate. No, it's I need to live. Please, if you would like to donate,
dude, like she didn't put a gun to anybody's hand.
Yeah,
like she's not like torturing people for cash here. But the way they came across was like, wow, she asked for money when the thing happened with the van. Like, that was not merited. And now she's asking for money again for personal reasons. And I'm like thinking, what the fuck?
Are merited.
But once again, you donate if you want to. If you don't, you don't.
What are you gonna have in your apartment? You go into an apartment, it's like, I have my drum set.
No, she would have a bass. She would have a
bass, yeah.
Yeah, she would not even have a drum set. I mean, a drum set, at least probably could use it as a table, at least as a coffee table.
Maybe switch instruments so you have a table, and then the cymbals, you can use them as little plates.
I just feel like when your colleagues are having these kind of comments, where is this hate coming from?
I don't know.
Like, did
fuck the bass?
Did she not agree to open for you guys at a festival or something like that? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know why drums came to mind when I said that, but at least when I pictured an empty apartment,
the drums still fill up the space.
The drums still filled it up, but then I also realized she's a bass player, right? So the bass player, it made it even more sad because it's just a bass just sitting there in the corner.
At least an amp.
Yeah. So you have a seat.
Yeah, that's true. There you go. So anyways, I was taken back by the few artists that I saw making public their opinions, when, to be honest with you, even if you have them, just keep them to yourself. Not everything you see out there requires a statement.
Exactly, and you're in the same field. It's not like it's not like you're a completely different field. No, you're in the same field, meaning that one day you may be in this situation.
You're not the press manager of the President of the United States of America. Not everything requires a statement. No, just watch it and say like, fuck, I wouldn't do that, and
And move on.
Move on with your fucking life. If people want to give her money, that's people's problem. It's not your problem. So now, the next time you're selling VIPs and somebody feels like you're overcharging for VIPs, you're opening the door for anybody to just say, "Oh, look at these guys ripping up their fan base by overcharging for their VIPs."
Exactly.
I mean, you're opening a Pandora's box the moment you do that, in my humble opinion. And it's so fucking shitty.
You know how much...
It's so fucking
you know how much
shitty.
stupid shit I see on Instagram daily? And I'll be talking to my friends, and I'm like, "Oh, look at this stupid thing," but I won't comment because I already commented with myself.
Exactly,
and that's it.
I do that all the time. I'll show
you, and that's it.
But it's really shitty considering that they're co-workers to a certain degree.
Technically,
they're all artists. They're all in metal bands. You know what I mean?
I just hope that you know what I never hope bad.
To me, it's such a snobby thing to do.
No, but I never hope bad on anybody. But I do hope that. But I do hope that the people in bands that
made these comments,
I hope something in the future, maybe not to this extent, but something in the future happens to them where they're like, "Oh, I think I need to ask for money," and then the karma hits, or something of. I like it when karma hits. I love it when karma hits, and obviously no ill will, but fuck, if you're gonna say something stupid, you deserve something stupid.
I know. You play with the bull, you get the horns. Now, outside of this, there is something to be said about her decision, though.
Okay, like because the decision after.
Two things. First of all, if she should have realized that posting something like that in public is gonna gather a huge amount of backlash. Could be positive. Or it could be negative. But there's always going to be negative. We're talking about the internet. There's always going to be negative. So she should have at the very least, been cognizant of that situation.
Yeah.
That, I'm going to post this, and if I'm not going to be able to take the heat, then maybe I shouldn't post this.
Yeah.
So that's first thing. Because then retracting the statement, giving the money back. No, she's not giving the money back to the people that donated to her. She's giving the money back to charity. And now people are complaining that why are you not giving money? Which, by the way, it's not even the people complaining. Not the ones that donated are the ones that were complaining about the whole process to begin with.
But my thing is, okay, I supported her throughout the entire thing up until that point. Because why? Like,
she should have stuck with it.
You should have just kept
the hate is already there.
The hate is already there. The hate only gets worse if you do such. Like, if she gave back all the money, maybe the hate would have been less, right? Because, you give back the money, whatever. But if you're going to do something with the money that's not giving it back, well, do it for the sole purpose of why you asked for the money. Because these people donated the money to you to help you, not to help whatever the charity you're doing.
I agree with you.
Obviously, no one's going to complain that, you took my money and you donated to a charity. That's kind of a dick move to out.
No, nobody's going to say that.
No, because they were donating the money out of the kindness.
But that was not the point of their donating the money.
No, exactly.
And the whole thing is, once you make the decision to go down this avenue, I don't think you can pull back.
No, it also wasn't that much.
Well, so far, I'm sure if she had kept going, she probably would have raised more.
Honestly, she kept going. She should have kept it. In my
opinion, once that horse leaves the barn, you just fucking run with it.
Exactly.
The hate is already out there. You're not going to change people's minds.
If there was hate, but you weren't getting any money, that's different. But
the issue is also now that the hate that came towards her giving the money back is not going to change people's perception of her. Like the people that commented negatively on Facebook, Instagram, and whatever, even people from other bands, it's not like now they're going to say, "Oh, good on her for
giving the
retracting."
Money away, and now she can't even now her whole goal.
But the point is, they're not going to do that. So why giving the money back? You're not. It's like your house burned down and then you go buy a fire extinguisher. The fire extinguisher after the house burns down is absolutely useless.
No, you know what it's
donating the money now, it's not going to change how people view you. It's not going to change. They have their mind. The moment you posted that video, their mind was set.
Yeah.
Their mind was made up.
Yeah.
And nothing you can do now going to change it.
If anything,
never.
I feel like in the end she hurt herself.
She did, because I also feel like she didn't approach this in the proper way. If I was in her shoes, I would have not done this way. What I would have done is I would have done a GoFundMe page with tears. All right? So you want to help me? If you donate up to $50, I'll send you an autographed picture of myself.
Yeah.
If you don't, I'm just spitballing here. I'm not saying that those were the ranges or those were the things.
Yeah.
But I would create tiers where I'm giving back for what people are giving to me.
$100.
I'll give you a bass lesson.
I'll give you a 30-minute bass lesson.
$200. I'll give you a vocal lesson. You know what I mean? Because she sings, so she can give you a vocal lesson. If you donate $500, I'll do a half an hour Zoom call with you where I cook my favorite pancakes or I teach you how to make 𝗙𝗢𝗙𝗓𝗡. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, if I was in her camp, if I was one of her friends, if I was one of her confidants, if you will, if I was one of her Beyonce bros, I would have said to her, listen.
This is what if this is what you
want to do, if this is the route you're gonna take,
this is how you have to do it.
This is how you have to do it.
Because this is also, it's not like you're just asking for money.
No, you're giving
back.
Exactly.
Right.
There's an exchange here.
So in the end, you should have come to us because
she could have created a tier that up to this amount you don't get anything. You're just donating out of the kindness of your heart. So if people want to donate $5, $10, whatever, but there's no return. But then after a certain dollar amount, you create the tiers, and you offer something in return for what people are giving you. That, in my opinion, is what she should have done. I don't know why she didn't take that approach. To me, that's what should have happened. She could have even created a really high tier, maybe just of one, and give out one of her base autographed by her.
Exactly.
But just make it one, because it's not like she has an unlimited supply of bases. So she could have done one for like an outrageous amount of money, like $3,000 for an autographed base. There's collectors out there that would
$3,000 for an autograph, but then she could also get the other members of the band.
Yeah, she could have done that too. Whatever. Right? But what I'm saying is that while I feel for her and I understand that she was just trying to get out of a hole, I know you have to know the environment that you're in. You need to know your environment, and I feel like she didn't recognize the environment. She didn't read the room.
Yeah.
She didn't read the room, because the feedback was really positive when they did the GoFundMe for their trailer. But that's a completely different thing than asking for money for personal reasons. She didn't read the room. She didn't expect the negative backlash that she got, and I think she was maybe expecting some people, some like João from Minas Gerais to complain, but I don't think she was expecting people from bands to be vocal against her.
Pretty big bands.
Big bands. Pretty well-known people. So she wasn't expecting that, so she didn't really read the room.
And then she kind of like folded.
And then she folded. She folded like a cheap wrestling seat.
She
Which
got
now
the hate. She got the hate, and then she was like kind of crumbling because of how much it was happening, and then she made the split decision to just donate the money. But in the end,
she should have just stuck with it.
In the end, she lost so much in the end of this, because it's people now are on the hate train for fucking some reason, and now she has no money.
I know, right? but their views of her are not going to change regardless of what she does.
So I feel terrible for her, honestly. Like honestly,
and now it shoots herself in the foot, because now she can't. What's she going to do? Like 2 weeks from now, release a GoFundMe with the tears or something like that?
Well, yeah, fuck it.
But I feel like now you already shot your shot.
True, you already donated a good amount of it.
Exactly, like those were the same people that were going to donate again. Like I just feel like now you're really blown your load. Like she's in a no man's land right now.
Yeah,
because now she can do anything. Either way, she can please the ones that she upset, but she can also not help herself in the process.
Exactly.
I mean, the only thing I think she can do is maybe do some auction of some items and stuff like that.
I think donating the what's it called? The money was definitely the nail in the coffin. Because if she didn't donate the money, then she could actually go and do that tier list. And then the people that donated the money, because they'll probably
could correlate it to the tier.
She'll correlate it to the tier, and she'll compensate them for whatever, right? But now I think it's just like, okay, the bass lesson is a good idea, right? Over Zoom doing a bass lesson, charge people for that, or
vocal lessons
or whatever. But it can't be behind this whole. It has to just be like something she starts doing now, like kind of like Asim, how he does guitar lessons and shit like that. I think that's also a good way of getting income. I mean, being a part of a band and teaching people.
And by the way, people were complaining that how life can be so bad. You're all the way in Europe. They were touring there. So she just stayed there.
She was already there.
She was already there. They were touring there.
Now if she had fucking plane tickets going there, which also if she had plane tickets going there to see Beyonce, it still wouldn't have been that bad, because she
can't get a refund either.
Because you can't get a refund on plane tickets that you bought a year ago.
But she was already there, and she's staying at a friend. It's not like she's like staying at the fucking Four Seasons.
Exactly.
You know. So
I think the people who are not in bands have I respect. I can't say I respect, but I get the people who hated who are not in bands. I understand
and who
that.
don't know the dynamics
and don't know the industry. Like, we know the industry somewhat, so we can.
And they're probably like, oh, I want to buy a Lamborghini too, so should I just ask people for money? Okay, go ahead, ask. Nobody's stopping you.
Nobody's stopping you. Nobody's gonna give you the fucking money.
Just go and do
unless
it.
you say you have some fake illness, but GoFundMe, check that shit. But I'm disappointed in the bands, like the members of bands
that were negative
that
about.
were part of the hate train.
Yeah, that was really disappointing.
Very disappointed, because as a metal musician in a band, you should know the struggles of metal in general as a genre.
And other musicians.
To be a musician of this genre of music, like, you should know. So to put hate on someone who's literally like at the bottom of the barrel right now, and they need all the help they can get, and all you're doing is giving hate, even though technically one day you could be in their shoes,
and without understanding all the dynamics. I mean, it's just you're
because
just
fucking Beyonce.
You're just judging. That's like at the surface level.
That's like if very gruesome analogy, but that's like if me, you, and Mom, we went to like AEW one night and we had really fucking good tickets and whatever, but then the next day you guys go missing, and then I started a GoFundMe. I need money to survive. Wait, weren't you guys at AEW the other day? You had really fucking good seats. Those were pretty expensive.
Yeah, we were bought 6 months ago.
Yeah,
they were still around.
About 6 months ago, when my parents were in the house, and I had people helping me. Like, what the fuck? See, like, it's the exact same shit. Like, yeah, that shit was done in the past when this problem wasn't there. But now that the problem is there, I can't go back in the past and fix that shit. If I could go back in the past and us not spend the money, so, you know, I had the money when you guys are gone, cool. But I didn't know. She didn't know either. She didn't know she'd be in this problem.
Yeah, it's.
So I'm very disappointed in those people.
And I think there's another lesson here, and that lesson is, as somebody who's a public figure, who you have to be a lot more aware of what you post on social media and what you say. Because when she posted the videos of going to the Beyonce concert, she mentioned that she had spent her savings that she had saved, because she saved up the money because she really wanted to go to. Yeah. And I totally get it. I totally get it. But I'm just saying that, you know, people will bring this stuff back and throw it back in your face. When you are a public person, a public figure, whatever it is, you gotta be conscious of what you say in public, in your social media and whatever. Because once again, the internet does not forget.
They don't hold back.
People don't hold back. You just gotta be aware of all of this shit.
Yeah, you can't say I spent my life savings and then
I think she was naive. I think that's the best way to describe this whole situation. She was naive, and at the end, she folded. I don't think she should have.
She shouldn't have.
She folded. And second, she should have thought about the whole process better, on how can I do this in a way that I can maximize things and not feel like I'm just asking for money.
But the problem is I don't think a lot of band members would even think about that.
No, but I thought about it.
Yeah, but we're not band members. We're just smart as fuck.
That's true.
We're geniuses behind the scenes. If you ever have a problem,
come to us.
Come to us.
We'll guide you.
We give free advice.
We'll guide you. We'll definitely guide you. All right, guys.
And free is spelled like t-shirt.
Yeah, free 99. So anyhow, hit us up in the comment section of this video. Let us know your thoughts on this whole Fernanda 𝗙𝗥𝗢𝗠 situation. It's the story of the week. It's the story of the week. It's blown up all over the place.
Honestly, though,
she's released more videos in this week than 𝗙𝗢𝗢 in their whole career.
Honestly, though, jokes aside and everything, I do wish her the best.
Me too.
And I honestly hope that she bounces back from this.
Me too.
I hope something happens where she's able to get back on her track.
Yeah.
But I hope this is a learning experience for her. And I hope that the people...
And now she knows who her friends are.
But I also hope the band members get either a karma from this, but...
Not her band members.
No.
People from other bands.
But honestly, a karma, I don't even care. To be honest, I'm just very disappointed. And I hope other people see it in the industry. And I hope that they kind of like, why would I go on tour with this band when they had this to say about this person?
It all comes down to money.
It all comes down to money. But what I'm saying is, I don't know. I'm very disappointed because it's
the music business. Nobody has a straight spine. No. It all comes down to like, how can I make money? Exactly. And if I can make money going on a band that I absolutely hate and I despise them, I'm still gonna go on tour with those guys because I can make money.
Honestly, like
anyhow,
it's just very disappointing.
It is all around. All right, guys, hit us up in the comment section. Let us know your thoughts on this. We'll see you all next week with another video, with another episode of From Takedowns to Breakdowns with A&P. See ya.
See ya.